Guardians of the Sea, the Great Idol Mission. On a quiet, sun-drenched beach, Minho from Nova 5 and Lyra from Stellix were taking a break from their busy tour. Suddenly, Minho spotted something strange in the sand. A prehistoric-looking creature with a hard shell and a long tail. "It's a horseshoe crab," Lyra whispered, kneeling down. They learned from a local ranger that these living fossils were in trouble. Their homes were disappearing, and they needed help. The two idols shared a look. They knew they had to use their voices for something big. Word spread fast through the idol community. 5 groups, Stellix, Aetherix, Nova 5, Vortex A, and Lumina, gathered to form the Guardians of the Sea. Riker from Aetherix and Sohi from Vortex A led the first big planning meeting. "We need a charity concert to save them," Sohi declared, her eyes bright with determination. They organized into committees for research, marketing, and stage production. The scale was massive, but their hearts were even bigger. Inside the Conservation Research Lab, Hyun from Lumina and Sora from Nova 5 donned white coats over their stylish stage clothes. They peered into a glass tank where a rescued horseshoe crab glided through the water. "They've survived for 450 million years, Sora said in awe, taking notes. They worked with scientists to gather facts for the concert's educational segments, ensuring the fans would leave not just entertained, but informed about marine life. The creative spark was everywhere. Lyra from Stellix and Yoon from Vortexa met to discuss the concert's visual identity. Lyra wanted the stage to look like a magical coral reef, while Yoon showed her marketing posters that used bold lines to represent the strength of the ocean. "The audience needs to feel the beauty of the sea," Lyra insisted, holding up a shimmering fabric swatch. They began blending their styles, creating a look that was both beautiful and powerful. As the concert date approached, tension rose. Riker, leading stage production, wanted expensive holographic water effects to make the show spectacular. Hyun, in charge of operations, shook her head over the budget. "We need that money for the actual conservation grants, Riker," she argued. The room grew quiet as the two leaders debated. It was hard to choose between a legendary performance and the very mission they were working for. Minho stepped in to remind everyone why they started. He sat down with a frustrated Riker in the quiet rehearsal hall. "Remember the crab we found on the beach?" Minho asked gently. "Our mission comes first. If we simplify the stage, we can save more lives." Riker took a deep breath and finally nodded, realizing Minho was right. They adopted the mission-first principle. Every choice would be measured by how much it helped the ocean. With the conflict resolved, energy returned to the dance studio. Sohi from Vortex Era and Yuri from Stellix practiced a new routine that mimicked the flow of waves. Their movements were sharp and synchronized, a perfect blend of Vortex Era's power and Stellix's grace. "This is more than just a dance," Yuri panted with a wide smile. "It's a call to action for everyone watching." They rehearsed until their sneakers squeaked, determined to be perfect. The night of the Guardians of the Sea concert finally arrived. Thousands of light sticks glowed in the stadium like a sea of stars. Lyra and Riker stood center stage, their voices harmonizing in a powerful anthem for the planet. Behind them, the simplified but stunning visuals told the story of the horseshoe crab's journey. The crowd roared, not just for the music, but for the cause they were all championing together. Backstage after the show, the impact was already visible. Minho and Hyun stared at a digital globe on a monitor. Bright blue lights were popping up all over the world. Donations were pouring in, and local cleanup groups were forming in real time. "We did it," Hyun whispered, tears of joy in her eyes. The concert had raised millions of dollars, but more importantly, it had sparked a global movement. Their fans were now the new Guardians.
Music really can change the world. Yeah, it can.
Days later, Lyra and Sohee stood on a pier overlooking the same beach where it all began. The water was crystal clear, and the sun was setting in beautiful shades of orange and gold. They knew their work was just beginning, but the horseshoe crabs now had a fighting chance. Music really can change the world, Sohee said softly. Hand in hand, they watched the tide come in, knowing the sea was a little safer tonight.